Was politely kicked out of my favorite restaurant the other night. I used to work in the food service industry, so I am usually very understanding and accommodating to service industry folks and restaurant policies, but the more I think about this, the more it chaps my ass. One of my good friends were visiting from out of state who I hadn't seen in a long time. I wanted to take him and another friend to a nice place to catch up, so I decided to make a reservation at one of my favorite restaurants in the area. It was honestly a good time. We ate and laughed and reminisced. Food was good, service was good, but then the check comes before we are finished with dessert. I pay without thinking about the timing of it, really. But then they clear dessert before we are done too. Okay, weird, but whatever. A few minutes later, the manager awkwardly comes up to our table with praying hands and a wincing expression and says, "I need this table. We have reservations we need to seat." All three of us looked at each other, surprised. We got up and collected our things and politely left. I thought to myself, I guess time really flew. But when I checked my watch, we had only been sitting there for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Which, IDK, seems pretty standard to me, especially for a nicer sit-down restaurant that takes reservations and serves alcohol. Some things to note. We had a reservation. We weren't planning to loiter for an inappropriate amount of time after that. We were about to wrap up and head out. I know what it's like to seat tables and manage reservations, and I know it is stressful, but I couldn't fathom my previous places of work asking someone to leave like that. It honestly makes me cringe just imagining it. My boss would have probably bit my head off. A couple days later, I had a date at a different place, and didn't even receive the check until 2.5 hours in. But I'm only keeping track now. As a restaurant, if you have a time limit on your tables, let me know. Or have it written somewhere or something. I combed their website, and nothing. Maybe I'm petty and full of shit, but it's been bothering me quite a bit. To the point that I don't want to go back, despite loving the food and my otherwise positive experiences there. Which is very unlike me. I'm usually chill with most stuff and don't hold grudges. So I'm feeling out of character here, lol. Anyway, was that weird, rude, or does being asked to leave like this normal and I need to adjust? Is 2+ hours a colossal amount of time to spend at an upscale sit-down restaurant?